Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about AMC. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. Today we're talking about AMC stock. Where do I think AMC stock is headed over the next couple of months? Is AMC stock going to go through a short squeeze? I hope to answer all those questions for you guys by the end of the video. So first, let's talk about where I think AMC is going to go over the next couple of months. For me, I do see a lot of upside potential with AMC as an overall stock. The reason I do is because obviously, things have started to kind of go back to normal. Theaters have started to now reopen up once again with more capacity. 99% of all movie theaters are now open, which is a very good sign for stocks like AMC. And like I said, it was inevitable that business was eventually going to return. Obviously, like I said, with a lot of pent-up demand and people not being able to go to the movie theaters for a very long time, the outlook for AMC is very, very good. Obviously, going through what they did in the year of 2020, losing $4.59 billion. Obviously, it was a lot for the company, but that's basically as worse as it was going to get at that point. I don't think it was basically going to get any worse. And people are pretty optimistic about AMC's quarter one and quarter two earnings, knowing that they're definitely going to be a lot better. People are optimistic that Godzilla vs. Kong is definitely going to do a lot for AMC as an overall company. They think it's going to boost revenue by a lot. And I'm very excited to see how AMC is going to turn this around. Now, people do argue that, yes, AMC did have to take on a lot of debt, which is probably one of the things that people are most turned off about. But being put in the position where you're losing 80 to 90% of your revenue in a single year, yes, you have to take on debt to be able to kind of stay afloat. A lot of people do think AMC Entertainment is going to go bankrupt, but for me, being the biggest movie theater, I don't think AMC is going to go anywhere over the next couple of months. I think AMC is still going to be basically a good company. I think the stock is worth the investment at $10.25. Obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion, but the reason I think AMC right now is a very good buy is because I do think that the stock is poised for a very good recovery. Like I said, things are getting busier. Things are going back to normal. Vaccines are getting rolled out. And there's a lot of good box office movies that are dropping. Obviously, movie theaters being open in California and New York, which are two of the biggest box offices for AMC as a company. It's definitely looking like there's a lot of good insight for AMC as an overall company. And like I said, with it being more media fueled now because of ever since the whole kind of thing that happened a couple of months ago with all the Redditors and Reddit pushing stocks like AMC and GameStop, now that AMC does have a lot more media attention, when big news does happen, AMC is the first one to kind of get the jump from it. And, another thing too is, for me personally, I think AMC is going to hit $20, $25 by the summertime. Like I said, once we get more insight into their quarter one and quarter two earnings, I think that people are going to be impressed of how much of a recovery AMC actually did as an overall company and how it's basically looking for like a boys recovery. Even before the pandemic, AMC was doing very well. The company was profitable. Even taking a look at the one-year chart, it's up 309%. So if you bought this stock up 1 year ago, you would have over tripled your money by now. And looking at the 3-month chart, still up 415%, and the 1-month chart still up 20%. So the stock is still doing relatively well for a lot of people who are holding it. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who are getting impatient holding the stock because they don't really know what to do with it, because a lot of people are waiting for the short squeeze. So is there actually going to be a short squeeze with AMC Entertainment? I've said this time and time again that I do think eventually there is going to be a short squeeze with AMC Entertainment, but I think a lot of it does have to play on kind of the right circumstance and the overall right condition for stocks like AMC. So obviously, if we take a look at the 1-year chart, we definitely see here on January 27th, that it rose so much and then it slowly started to fall once, a lot of the brokers just started limiting trading on the stock. And it slowly started to fall back down. We see a little bit trace here back on March where the stock kind of rallied a little bit, but then slowly fell back down. I know that there was a lot of people who started short positions when the stock hit all those all-time highs once again, when it hit $20, and it kind of slowly started to fall back down because there's a lot of people out there who are bearish on the stock. So relatively speaking, what is it going to take for AMC to actually go through a short squeeze? When is it going to happen? Well, one, you're never going to be able to predict when it's going to happen. If you take a look at GameStop, people did talk about GameStop short squeeze for a very long time, and it did take a very good long time for it to actually happen, but people who were kind of patient with it, it definitely did pay off big for them. With AMC, it's kind of in the same boat. I do think the stock is eventually going to squeeze if put in the right condition, and if the stock price can actually get high enough. For me, basically looking at the overall stock pattern, I think if AMC were to able to hit $17 to $20, I think that could be what it needs to actually be able to go through a short squeeze, because like I said, it's not just thousands or hundreds of shares being shorted. These are millions and millions of shares that are being shorted that a lot of people are going to have to cover their position. So it's definitely going to boost the stock price really, really high. And a lot of people also want to wonder, when the stock eventually does squeeze, if it squeezes, what's the price going to go to? Although it isn't predictable, I know that it's definitely going to be a high price tag. I think it's going to follow similar movement to what GameStop actually went through. I could see AMC stock blowing well past over $100 if the stock actually goes through a short squeeze. And I know some people, for those of you out there who don't really understand the point of the short squeeze, like I said, people have to buy back millions and millions of shares. It's not just hundreds or 1,000 shares or even 10,000 shares. These are millions of shares. So the stock price does actually go up very, very quickly, and it's very explosive. We've definitely seen with AMC as a company, when the stock does have good news, the stock explodes a quick 20 to 30% with just relatively decent news. So if the stock is poised in a position where the stock can slowly start pushing back up, then this is what's definitely going to take the opportunity for AMC to go through a short squeeze. Now, for me, although, yes, AMC does have the potential to go through a short squeeze, I've been holding the stock for a while now because I've always kind of been bullish on entertainment stocks. I think there's a lot more potential out there, overall when it comes to AMC as a company, other than the short squeeze itself. Yes, a lot of people are holding for that specific reason, and that's okay. It's okay to hold if you think that the stock is going to go through a short squeeze, because when it does, it could definitely pay off big for you. But I also want people to understand as well that, yeah, the company is still doing pretty well. The company is going to start doing well again. Like I said, with a lot of box office releases, going back into the summer, everything reopening back up. Quarter one and quarter two is definitely going to look very good for AMC. And I do think, like I said, the stock is going to hit $20, $25 by the summertime. So this is why I do think that AMC Entertainment is a very good buy at $10.24. And I also do think that the stock is eventually going to go through a squeeze, but it's all about patience. When it comes to investing in the stock market, it's always just super important to be patient. I know a lot of people, they're waiting for this. They've been holding the stock for a while, waiting for a short squeeze to happen. And I can promise you guys that eventually it is going to happen. But like I said, it's all about the patience game altogether. And really just understanding that AMC in itself, aside from the short squeeze, is still a relatively good investment. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of AMC Entertainment stock. Do you guys think AMC Entertainment is going to go through a short squeeze? If you guys own AMC stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.